Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk shopping in Belize. Um, I did a video about some of the stores in here probably a few months ago. It's in the video library. I'll try to find the link and put it down in the description for you. So one of the things, if you live here in Belize, if you're a part-timer or if you're coming here to visit, one of the things that you're going to know is that like 95% of the stores here in Belize, they're all Asian owned. They're all Asian stores. And before you go and say, oh, well, that's a racist comment and everything, it's in no way am I trying to be racist. That's exactly what the locals say it is. They call them Asian stores. So that's exactly how I'm going to refer to them, because honestly, I don't know how to refer to them any other way. If you were a Canadian store, I call it a Canadian store. If it was a Argentinian store, I call it an Argentinian store. So 95% of the stores here that are inside of Belize are all Asian stores. And me personally, now when it comes to buying some things, if you're buying things like toilet paper, you're buying things like toothpaste, things like that. If you want imported stuff, Lay's chips, imported butters, things like that, you're going to have to go to these stores because there's really nobody else here that sells them. There are a couple Belizean owned stores, but you're going to have to get into Hopkins. You're going to have to get into Dangriga. You're going to have to get into Belmopan, Spanish Lookout. You're going to have to get into the bigger areas in order to find the bigger stores that are Belizean owned. So the reason why I really wanted to do this video, because it's important for me to let you guys know that when you come here or if you live here, you really need to support the smaller businesses here. And let me tell you what, the amount of food that you can get and the quality of food that you can get from the locals, from the farmers, from the roadside vendors is way better than you're going to get. Of course, it's just my opinion. It's way better than you're going to get in any of these grocery stores that are here. Hands down, in my opinion, the foods, the meats and the vegetables, the honey, pretty much everything that you can get that's grown in Belize, that's made in Belize, you're going to get a better deal, and it's going to be better if you get it from the small shop, the small vendors here that are in Belize. And let me tell you what I see happening a lot, especially I go up to the Belmopan market all the time to get vegetables, and I get spices, and then I'll get a rotisserie chicken here and there. If I want to get the screws tightened on my eyeglasses, the Belmont Market is a great place, and they have everything there. But what I notice a lot of the Asian store owners, they show up there and they buy bags full of these vegetables at, the price that the vendors are selling them at. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I watch them take these things back to their store and take 2 or 3 pieces. Like they'll take 2 carrots and they'll wrap it up. And they'll sell 2 carrots for more than you can buy 8 carrots at the market or at a roadside vendor. They'll take 3 green bell peppers and they'll wrap it up and they'll sell it for what you can buy 10 green bell peppers for. Same thing with tomatoes and okra. So basically what I'm saying is, if you support the bigger Asian grocery stores here, you're basically being ripped off when it comes to vegetables and when it comes to meat, and I've said this on my platform before. I have a mouth, so I'm going to use it. I don't think it's right, and I want to get the message out there. It's not for every item, but for your vegetables and your meats, don't buy from these stores. You're going to get frozen stuff that's been left in a cooler and it's frozen and then it refreezes. And I'm also not talking to the people that are in areas where you don't have an option. And I know here in Belize, if you're out on the islands and cays, you might not have a butcher. But I know that the Mennonites, they come out there to the islands and the cays to sell their vegetables and stuff all the time. That's another really good place to get vegetables from, is the Mennonites. I have Mennonites that are right down the road from me, and I go and get vegetables there as well. I'll go and get milk, unpasteurized milk. It is the best milk that I've ever drank in my life. I have to tell you, it's ice cold. You can get eggs. You can get a live chicken for cheap, and the taste on these chickens is phenomenal. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. not only are you helping out the little guy, which is awesome because these farmers are out here in these fields from sun up to sundown. They are, you know, breaking their back. And sometimes you got to wonder how it makes them feel when they see their product in one of these stores. And of course, they know what they sold it for. They're not going to be high on the food chain because they're the actual supplier. So their price is going to be low because they're selling in quantity. But you can imagine how it might make them feel sometimes if, you know, they see their product in one of these stores and somebody's selling 2 pounds for what they just sold 100 pounds for. It can be disheartening. So please, guys, if you're in Belize, if you're a part-timer in Belize, or if you're coming to Belize, buy from the local places. You're not going to be disappointed when it comes to your fruits and your vegetables. Hands down, period. Like I said, it's better quality food. It's fresher food than you're going to get. And it's also cheaper. That's the big thing. It is cheaper than you're going to find in these stores. It's sad, but here in Belize, the government, they regulate the stores by coming around and giving them a ticket. And what I mean by that, if these stores are caught selling something above the price, basically all they do is they get a ticket. So it don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, guys. If you're ticketing businesses that overprice something and you're making money off of it, you're making money, right? So why would you want to shut it down when you can come around once every 3 months? What happens here, you can come around to every single store in Belize every 3 months and find something that is not priced right, and you can give them a ticket and be on your way, and the next day they're going to have it right back on the shelf at the same price. So until something switches here, it's going to be the same. And that's the thing too. Why go buy things and support that mentality, that attitude? I mean, I've always had, you know, I always joke with my wife about, you know, these stores already probably have $300 laying on the counter, and when the inspectors come in and find something, they just slide them that $300 real quick and they're on their way. I mean, you know, it's the way of the world. You just got to find your way around it, and you can find your way around it by buying from the locals, the local butcher shops. Like I said, the roadside vendors. Go to the Mennonites. Support these guys, man. These are the ones who are actually making a difference here in Belize. These are the ones that are out there working hard all day. These are the ones that aren't ripping people off, man. And let me tell you what, it's a daily thing here where you see these stores ripping people off. It's a shame, you know, especially when you walk in there to buy some kind of toilet paper, and it'll be Charmin, which they import a lot of toilet paper, and you'll see a 4-pack of Charmin selling for 60 Belizean dollars, 30 American dollars. This just happened recently. Somebody put it on TikTok, and the store, and that store was actually right here in Belmopan. They hurried up and took all their toilet paper off the shelf because somebody caught them doing it and put it out there for everybody to see. So please don't support these places. I know that you're not going to not be able to shop at them because they're going to have a lot of things that other stores weren't, but change starts with just not spending your money there on the food. You can get better fresh food, meats and vegetables anywhere else. So here's what it looks like. I went shopping this morning. I wanted to show you guys this. I went to Butcher Boys, that's in Belmopan. I use Butcher Boys for all my fresh meats. Casa Pan Dulce, I think I pronounced that right. They're the bakery that's inside of Belmopan. That's who I use to get all my fresh baked goods. And for produce, I go to the Belmopan market, or I'll stop by the Mennonites or one of the other little small road stands that's on any road as you're driving through Belize. And let me tell you what, you're going to get a smiling face. You're going to get a friendly atmosphere. You're going to get a good price, and you're not going to be standing there feeling like somebody's doing you a favor by having their doors open. Stop supporting these places. Support the places that are supporting Belize. That's my 2 cents. That's how I feel about it. It just is what it is, guys. Help support the people here that are supporting Belize. Hope you guys get some information out of this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that if you like the content in this video. I got lots more videos coming for you. My rooster is going crazy today. And here's a look at what I just bought today and how much it cost me. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys. So this is everything that I went and got today. And of course, Like I said, this is all local. None of this was bought at the Asian stores. All of this was local vendors, from meat to produce to breads. All of this is local. So let's take a look at this. You can see right here, this ribeye steak, $21.81 Belize. So 2 big ribeyes for basically $10.50 American. Here we got some beef archeretta, $31.88 Belize. That's almost 3 pounds for, what's that, about 16 American. We got cubed pork steak, 1.14 pounds, $9.67 Belizean, so that's less than 5 American. I got a boneless roast today. A boneless roast. This is 4.2 pounds. Price is 35 Belizean. So just a little over 15 American. I also got a boneless pork loin. 3.3 pounds, 28.26 Belizean. So just under 15 American. So all this meat right here, you can see here's 10, here's 15, here's another 5, here's another 15, and here's another 15. So you got, let's just round it up. You got 30, 35, 10, 30, and 21. So your grand total in American for all this meat locally, and this is from Butcher Boy's Meat Shop inside of Belmopan. It's from Butcher Boy's Meat Shop inside of Belmopan. Of course, this, ginger. If you love ginger, ginger is everywhere here. So all of this I got at the Belmopan market this morning. And it's all fresh. All of this stuff is fresh, right from the fields. You buy it, it goes right to your table. You can actually taste these vegetables. They're not sprayed with CO2 or any chemicals. Everything is fresh. So I got 2 pounds of ginger here. This cost me 12 Belizean, so 6 American. All these tomatoes right here, this cost me 6 American dollars for all these. The limes here are a little bit pricey. These are 75-cent Belizean a piece, but I like to make salsa, so I got this. Cilantro. Cilantro is cheap. This was 4 Belizean for all this cilantro right here. 4 Belizean dollars. Carrots, I paid 2 Belizean for those. The potatoes, I paid 5 Belizean for the potatoes, and I paid around 5 Belizean for all of this right here. So you can see, you get a lot for your money when it comes to food here in Belize. Food is starting to come back down, especially the cost of vegetables and meat. But like I said, you can get all of this locally. You don't have to go to these big stores to get all this. Here's a place that I go to get all my baked goods. Casa Pan Dulce. Let me tell you what, you can find this in the store. I don't buy it from the store. I go right to their bakery inside of Belmopan. These are wraps. All these wraps right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things of wraps. And there's 4 of them in each thing. So that's 16 wraps. That cost me 4 American dollars for all these wraps. These were cheap too. I don't remember the exact price, sorry, but these are also cheap. So yeah, look at the amount of food that you can get for inexpensive, and this is all local. Once again, this is all local. I mean, like I said, this boneless pork loin right here, it's almost 3.5 pounds. For me and my wife, you cut this into sections, there's plenty of dinners here. We do a roast. We have this, mix it with rice. Have plenty for burritos and tacos. Marinate this, cut it down, add some cilantro, onions, tomatoes, put it in your wrap. You got breakfast, you got lunch, steaks. Look at that, guys. Ribeye steaks. 1.5 pound of ribeye steak. $10.50. And these things aren't, they're thick. Look at that. They're almost a 1/2 inch thick. And when you go into these places, you're not going to get your meat frozen. If you go into Butcher Boy's Meat Shop, everything is going to be fresh. unless you ordered it beforehand and they had to put it in the freezer. But when I walk in, I make sure to get everything fresh. So all fresh vegetables, all fresh meats, all fresh breads. And this is the Etta steak. We're marinating it. It's a family secret recipe. I'm kidding. It's cilantro, onions. What else is in it, Mommy?
Oh, a lot of stuff. Garlic, cumin, salt, pepper, paprika, oregano.
Oregano. So there's
chili.
We marinate this for 24 hours.
Cilantro.
Yeah, cilantro. So we marinate this for 24 hours, and then we'll pull it out and we'll cut it into strips. What we're going to use for tacos and burritos, and then we'll freeze it. And when we need it, we just pull it out of the freezer. Beautiful. Thanks for watching, everyone.